Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 9 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone had a great weekend, safe weekend. Let's make it a great week, folks. Kicking into the third week of September. What a beautiful thing that is. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Be impeccable with your word. Release the need to be right. When you believe something, you assume you're right. You may even destroy relationships in order to defend your position. Let go of the need to defend your position. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow down 40, NASDAQ off 5, S&P's off 5, gold contract down $12.20, trading at $1,760 an ounce. Silver off 53 cents at $34.12 an ounce. Copper down 8 pennies at $3.75 a pound. Platinum off 45 bucks at $1,663 an ounce. Oil down $2.93 at $96.07. You can see they smoked commodities somewhat here. Bonds up 22 ticks, trading out at 145.20. King dollar up 9 ticks at 79.08. That has a lot more work to do. It did reject the lower swing point last week on the daily, on the weekly. Now we'll see whether it can get any strength as it starts moving topside once again. Euro down 20 ticks, trading at 131.11, and the yen is out there up 32 ticks at 78.71. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, what do you have? You're sideways market, really. You're down $5, but you can... That's nothing compared to what we went up on last Thursday, folks. So we're at 1459. Now, the high of last Thursday was the 1475. We'll see whether it can come back down to the bottom where this broke topside from. But bottom line, that move out here today is more sideways than down. Dow Industrial is the same type of setup. You know, you're down $40. You know, it's going to need more juice. We did the NASDAQ, the S&Ps did 518 million, which is short volume. NASDAQ did 1.45 billion, which is also short volume. Now, we go over to the composite. Inside the composite, what we have is this. Composite today, flat market, down $5. We are at 31.78. That no doubt has all of Apple in it. Apple out here today, folks, right now it's at 699.78, but it did trade right after the close at $700. As soon as it closed, there was buy on close. There was 657,000 shares bought on close at 699.80, and then someone did tag it after hours at that 700 area. Now, Russell 2000. We take a look at the Russell. A little bit different on the Russell, and this is what you have. The Russell is at 858.90. Now, the Russell's the only indice, folks, out of all the indices that failed. You know, it got over the highs. I'm talking about even the highs of 2011. Got over the highs of May of 2011, which is the 868 level, had lighter volume, closed underneath it. Now, the Russell's still in the higher range because we're at 858.90. The Russell would have to come back inside the 847 area. If we go take a look at the IWM, what you have inside the IWM is this. We are at, let's see, it was down $40, 40 cents today. We're at 86. The IWM also would have to get inside to get into the lower range. Let's see what we have here. So she has to get inside 84. You know, she failed at the highs, though. That's the bottom line. Now, let's go over to the gold market. We take a look at gold. We have with the gold market out here, we came down today $11. We did 111,000 contracts, which is not that many contracts on the way back down, by the way. Gold, what gold did do, folks, okay, the equities themselves had finished ABC targets on the way up. And once you finish an ABC target, up or down, you do something to continue that way. So I suspect you're going to see a pullback. What did get intriguing, no doubt, is that the commodity sector someone was hitting this sector, and I mean hitting it hard. You had wheat down 5%, corn was down 4.5%, soybeans were down 4%, coffee was down 3%, crude was down 3%, heating oil was down 2.7%, gasoline 2.5%, natural gas 2.3%, cocoa 2%, copper 2%, silver 1.5%. Gold was the least hit, really. Gold was down 0.6%. Nickel was up 6%. Sugar was flat. Aluminum was up. But bottom line is that there were sellers in there, and they were heavy sellers, and it really did come out of nowhere. Inside the oil market, that was pretty extraordinary, actually. Now, what you do have is this. Inside the oil market, so watch what does happen here. Now, this is where this gets really interesting. CLV2. So, inside the oil market right now, we're rolling from one contract to the other. And that, you talk about volatility out here today, so this is what it is. So watch. Now, folks, we roll every month in the oil market, so it's not that huge a deal. What does happen, though, which happened today, is that roll was dramatic, okay? So right now, when we take a look at the October contract, you had, that's the V contract, you had 271,000 contracts. And on the November contract, we're at 151. Now, the November contract will get more active in the next few days. And that's where, I'm not sure whether it was just a roll or basically you had the sell coming out flat out. But the sell was extraordinary. And the sell went from a price point in a 10-minute time frame to 98 to 97, no, to 95.14 with monster contracts, 956 contracts in that 10-minute time frame. So big numbers. What did happen news-wise after that is that the White House come out and said, hey, listen, we're not releasing any oil. Nothing's changed. So we'll see where that whole thing shakes out. Some of the high-volume stocks in a low-volume market. We had Bank of America down 25 cents. Facebook was off 48. We had, let's see, Marbell was up 34. We had Gilead Science up 378. Freeport-McMoran was down $1.23. Some of the large caps out here. You had American Express flat. Boeing was down 136. You had Caterpillar off 118. Oxy was down 189. Let's go over to Oxy for a second. OXY. See, the XLE and the... Yeah, there we go. Okay, so Oxy had volume come into it. Oxy was just at the top of a consolidation. That was last week. It hit the top of that consolidation with 6 million shares. Comes down today with 6.3. Oxy wants the lower price. ExxonMobil. Let's go to XOM and see what's happening with XOM. She's still hanging at those highs. We're at 91.91, and ExxonMobil inside that whole sector is the largest weighting. It's up here on air, though. It's trying to bust into the 08 levels, and I can tell you it's having quite a time because the 08 levels, not the average, but the swing points up there are 147 million, and even last week we only did 71 million. That's pretty dramatic. So you get 71 million going into 147 million. That doesn't fly, folks. That's going right into that supply line. And that supply line is pretty intense. And that supply line, by the way, goes all the way over from 2007, from July of 2007, one full year, to July of 2008. And that's where it came down from. So we'll see how that shakes and bakes. The financials. We take a look at the financials, the XLF. XLF, we're at $16.13. And the XLF, the way the XLF is set up, this also couldn't reach, this is surprising, actually, because 1712, it couldn't hit it. The 1712 area is the top of this consolidation. That goes all the way back to 2010. Bottom line is it couldn't hit it this time either. And, we'll see whether, if it wants to go make another run for it. But what you do have with the XLF, we are at 1613. She only has to get back inside 1571, and that's going to put her in the bottom. Let's put it this way: put it in the middle of the consolidation that it's been in, meaning on the way down. Bonds. We go take a look at the bond market out here, USZ. So inside the bond market, what we have, bonds today up 22 ticks. We're at 145.20, and the bonds are going to need about another 6 to 10 ticks and some wide price spread in order to get in a larger range. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in the oil world. The world of the markets, we had the Dow down 40, NASDAQ off 5.5, S&P's off 5. We're going to be right back.